There's golden crown, big house in the Rockies, king of a small town, but darkness brewed in his heart, a secret cold as stone. Suzanne went missing, her fate he would never own. In a shallow grave marked by one lone tree, under Colorado stars where no one would see. With a shovel and lies he buried his sin, but the truth has a way of creeping back in. Oh, Barry, you ran to Cave Creek, Arizona, hiding in a biker bar, waiting for your secret bust. From riches to ruins, a trailer park the road. Now you're locked in a cage, forever alone. He fled to Arizona to outrun the law. Or was it his own guilt, secret wish to be caught? With villains before him, real desert outlaws hide. The ghost of Susan whispers to him all through the night. Suzanne would get her justice, things would be made right. For King Barry in his camper cage, no escape from justice light. From a mansion to an airstream, his empire now shattered dreams. Barry now alone with no home, no friends, a man who's lost everything. Suzanne took her time, the chess pieces in place. As Barry hid in fear, Suzanne prepared her case. They would find her body abandoned in a shallow grave, and Barry's murderous acts revealed by an insane path. Oh, Barry, you ran to Cave Creek, Arizona, hiding in a biker bar, a place that made him feel ever lonelier. From riches to ruins, a trailer park the road. Now you're locked in a cage, forever alone. In a cell with killers, thieves by your side. No more mountain sunsets, no place to hide. The elk still wander where Suzanne was laid. Her light shines bright, it will never fade.
Morphew 10/17/67.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like you are here today on a warrant from the state of Colorado, and they have indicated that they want to extradite you back to the state of Colorado.
Hey, everybody. I hope that you guys are all doing very, very well. If I sound tired, it's because I am. But we have a little bit of movement, little bit of curiosity. This has got to be one of the strangest family dynamics I've ever seen, really, in a true crime case. There's some weird things here, right? And if look, I'm gonna say it this way: if we didn't have the what do we call it? The boundaries that we the true crime community has set some boundaries, haven't we? The boundaries are you don't talk about the kids, right? That's kind of one of our unwritten rules. But if you want to be a credible, true crime creator, then that is something that you you adhere to. And so I do. But there's some strangeness here. Okay. I don't mind saying that much. I'm probably not going to say much more than that, but strange, right? Like, what's wrong with this picture? Like, when you look at this, I'll tell you. Well, yeah, right, John Smith. I mean, we're getting so close. There was a piece. There was a fact from the autopsy of related to the Chris Watts case. There was a particular fact in the autopsy that I never heard anybody talk about, and I chose not to because it doesn't match with what I do with true crime. I have no interest in the gore and the terror and the horror. I don't have any interest in that. I'm very interested in why people do the things they do. Correct? When there's a mystery, when there's something, when there's an unanswered question, that's my interest. And this particular fact really would have gone more toward the before the death. Okay. So I just made my decision that I wasn't gonna talk about it. I wasn't gonna make it a topic of conversation in the true crime community. I will say this. How many of you guys watch Bed Crime Stories? Do you guys watch Bed Crime Stories? Of course, she's got a dramatically bigger channel than I do. I found it incredibly interesting, though, that about 4 hours ago, she uploaded a video that talked about the flowers and the blood on the front porch in the Nancy Guthrie case. She also outlined the problems with why the kidnapping doesn't match the request for ransom. It was really weird how it completely, like almost completely mirrored my recent video where we talked about that. But that's good. But do you get some sour grapes? Sure, you get some sour grapes because you put these videos out with good information, but you don't get very much movement on it, not very many views or anything. And that's just the way it is. So, I live with it. But yeah, I'm glad somebody else is finally bringing it up and talking about it. And I do. When I made my video a few days ago, I said I wish that the big channels would pick it up and talk about it. I wish the big channels would show it because they need to pin that sheriff's behind to the ground. I mean, he is okay. That's another video, but you get my point. But here we are now with this whole Morphew thing. And, I had that one factoid from the Chris Watts murders, and I never put it out there. And I'm in this situation right now with the Morphew case and the girls or one of the girls. Okay. And I can't do anything with it. Like I can't talk about it because we have our unwritten rule in the true crime community, and I'm going to honor that. But I can go this far. It's a funny picture, right? Like when you look at this, what does this picture show you? Nobody has a thought about this picture. This picture came out a couple of weeks ago when they had their last status hearing. And this was them leaving the courtroom. Zelda says, I think they're afraid of this man. Team Doocy Doo says it looks like control. Is there one of them who looks more controlled than the other? It does give that whole vibe of the Charlie's Angel. It's a weird, the way that they walk together is just weird to me. It really bothers me, right? Yeah. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. it really bothers me. And I'll tell you what bothers me about it. It bothers me how he sort of uses those two girls like shields. Like terrorists will take women and children and tie them to a building that Israel is about to bomb, because Israel calls ahead and says, hey, we're going to bomb this building. You need to get all the people out of it. Right? They do that before they bomb it. What do the terrorists do? They grab women and children and take them up to the building and tie them on the outside and then stand back so they can get gory videos and say, look how evil, look what Israel did. Okay. So I get that feeling when I look at the way they walk in and out when they're coming and going. It's like this man, who really is probably as strong as a healthy 30-year-old, 35-year-old guy, right? Notice he's back on the sauce, allegedly. I don't know, Barry. That jawline's getting pretty strong again there, buddy. Your boobies are turning into manneries, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I could be wrong. Maybe you're not on the sauce. Maybe you have found the fountain of youth, Barry. But, he definitely, I don't know, not long before Suzanne was murdered, he was doing no. I think this was actually after she went missing. No, it was before she died. He got into a push-up contest at the gym that he went to in Salida, and he literally beat all these men that were like 20, 30 years old. These are guys that crawl around up on the mountain all day, or there were police officers or militia guys, like young, healthy men. And he beat them in push-ups. He's strong. Okay, so he's kept his muscles with a little help of better living through modern chemistry, if you will, right? We saw what he looked like when he got out of jail and hadn't had the juice in a while. That face was mighty soft as a little baby's butt. All right. Heard the oldest daughter is et tu, Brute? I don't know. I'm a little freaked out by the face, the countenance of these three. I'm a little freaked out about how all three of these are so dramatically disconnected. They may be walking together in the old Mod Squad formation or the Charlie's Angels BS, but this is not an aligned group. Look at their faces. Three completely different experiences. The young lady on the left, she's having a big time. She is yucking it up. She is having the most fun imaginably, or she's horribly relieved about something. And Barry, hey, shit, Barry's pissed off. Barry looks mad at the world, at everyone and everything, I think, including the girls on his arms. And what about the young woman on the right side of the picture? She looks like, to me, she wants to be anywhere but walking beside that man. Again, 100% only my impressions. I have no special knowledge whatsoever. They just all three look so different. Like their experiences that they're having are completely unrelated, right? So odd, it's just so weird. But there's more really weird things happening with this family. I saw something about the withdrawal by the girls today. Not sure what it was about. Well, we're going to be talking about that, Requiem. That is she is so disgusted, Kathy R. Allegedly. She looks like she is over this. She looks like, I am sick of this farce. I mean, but please, you guys, her and her distaste and disdain and disgust on her face, very mad at the entire world, anyone and everyone in it. I don't know. And then there she is, Miss America, tickled to death with the world, happy as a clam. What y'all reckon she's got to be so happy about? I mean, she loves her dad. She is loyal to him, true blue. He's standing up. He's taking this whole thing in. She got the house. She got the money. It's some very strange family dynamics going on here, and I am quite sure I have no idea what it all means. However, there are some very, very strange things that are happening in the case of one Barry Morphew, or more specifically, the murder of Suzanne Morphew. All right. So I'm gonna give you this timeline, okay? And I'm gonna make it so you can see it, because you can't really appreciate it unless you can literally see the timeline. All right. When you're looking at the timeline, you're like, oh, that's kind of uncomfortable. That's weird. So let me share the timeline. Here it is. Share. Okay. So this is a comprehensive timeline of key events in the Suzanne Morphew case, starting from the moment she went missing, Mother's Day, May the 10th, 2020. And right off the bat, that's weird. Strange family dynamics. Who the hell packs up all the children and the husband and abandons mom on Mother's Day? Who does it? Suzanne's brother came out at one point and said, that is very strange that those girls were not with their mother that weekend. When they were in Indiana, Mother's Day was a celebration. They would go out to eat, and there would be gifts, and it was family time together. No. Not once you get up into Colorado mountains. No. If you live in the Colorado mountains and your last name is Morphew, on Mother's Day, you abandon her. You leave her alone. If you're the kids, you go away and do something mundane like camping with friends. Oh, or maybe camping with your auntie. But what you don't want to do, you don't want to be at home with mom, taking her to her favorite restaurant, giving her gifts that you painstakingly and lovingly picked out the gifts. That's what we don't want to do. If you're Morphew living in Colorado, if you're Morphew living in Indiana, then yeah, it's a family day. But something happened in Indiana that defies explanation. So strange family dynamics, right? Okay. So here is the beginning of the timeline, May 6, 2020, Mother's Day. And May the 9th, Suzanne takes her last selfie. And then May the 10th, Mother's Day happens, and that's that. And the oldest daughter weighs in pretty heavily that day in terms of contacting her dad and saying, well, I've tried to call mom. She's not answering. So he says, instead of him calling the neighbors, he has her call the neighbors. So I don't know. I wouldn't say that's really strange. I think that was probably just probably just regular family dynamics. But I will stand by what I said. Abandoning your mom on Mother's Day to go camping when you live in the middle of the damn mountains and you go camping in the back country with your dad all the time, it's a little strange. It's weird. Okay. I'm not going to get into these other things, but we're focusing on the timeline. 2020, 2021. May the 5th, Morphew is arrested the first time. He's charged with first-degree murder after deliberation, meaning premeditated murder, tampering with evidence, attempting to influence public servant. August 21st, they had their preliminary hearings, pretrial, and then they got a change of venue in February 2022. We're looking at 2 years now since she went missing, okay? All right. And then in April 19th, 2022, buried magically, he and the judge were very fortunate to have these charges dropped. Okay, April 19th, 2020, charges dropped. September, five months later, as if there was something mystical and magical afoot. Suzanne Morphew's remains were found only 45 miles from the family home, south of the family home, Saguache County, in a wide open field, literally. All right, so September 22nd, 2023. 5 days later, the coroner says we have Suzanne. Okay. Then they did the autopsy, and the remains initially are made available for release to the family. Please pick up a piece of paper and a pencil right now and write this down. April 2024. The remains are made available for release to the family. Oh, but they're not claimed. Gosh. Weird, strange family dynamics. Isn't that weird? It's so weird, isn't it? It's very, just odd. So April 2024, remains initially made available. Nobody claims them. And then here we go. We get the second indictment, June 2025. How long is it between April 2024 and June 2025? Oh, more than a year? Really? 14 months exactly, right? Weird. Isn't that weird? These are some strange family dynamics. You mean to tell me that the family, the girls, Barry, they could have asked for those remains for a funeral or whatever else they wanted to do? A year? 14 months, folks. 14 months. And then 2 days later, 2 days after he's indicted, he's arrested and he's extradited to Colorado. Okay. Suzanne is still at the funeral or coroner or funeral home. I don't remember which right now. Okay. So that's June of 2025. All of this happened. When was she found? What did I tell y'all to write down? She was found on the April. Hold on. When was she found? There we go. September. She's found September. April, they released her body to them. And June 20th, Barry's arrested. And no one has asked for Suzanne's remains. No one, even though it had been released. No one. Weird. Right? All right. And then January the 12th of 2026. How far along are we now? 3 years? 3 years, y'all. 3 years since she was discovered. And then a few months later, they released her body. And 2 years, nobody has asked for her remains, right? All right. January the 29th. Was that 17 days after he's arraigned the second time? 2 weeks. Oh, magically, old Bear gets into action, doesn't he? He signs paperwork authorizing the release of Suzanne remains from the El Paso County coroner to Swan Law Funeral Home in Colorado Springs. 2 weeks after he was arraigned the second time. Nobody wanted her body. Nobody claimed her remains. She sat there for years. But man, Barry and the girls, man, they just got all sentimental with that second arrest, didn't they? They just got so sentimental and they thought, oh, look, they've arrested me again. Gosh darn it. I don't think they're ever going to leave me and my beloved Suzanne in peace. And there she lays up there, unwanted, unnamed, unclaimed, and they've got me locked up in a jail. And not even a human jail. It's a horse jail in Saguache County. No, I'm kidding. I added that little bit for dramatic effect, but you get my point, right? Okay. January 29th, 2 weeks after he's arraigned the second time, he signs the paperwork saying, oh, my dear little sweet babes, they need to collect the remains of their mother and have a proper burial. That's the way we roll. We in the Morphew family, we're really big on cremations in the Morphew family. February 11th and 12th, 2 more weeks, Barry signs cremation authorizations. Now, thank God for the coroner. That's all I got to say is thank God for the coroner. Because remember, they had already released Suzanne's remains to the family, and the family didn't make a single move to collect her. Not one in years. When the coroner got the paperwork for cremation, well, then he called law enforcement. He said, excuse me, I feel a little uncomfortable with what's happening here. Are y'all aware that Barry Morphew is going to cremate Suzanne? And the sheriff's department jumped into action where they got their search warrant first, because to collect the body they have to have a reason to take it, right? So it's a search warrant. It's related. It's basically evidence in a murder trial. So they get their search warrant so that they can explore, collect the evidence. The Chaffee County undersheriff goes back and gets the remains again, literally 1 day before the cremation. 1 day. Let that sink in. 1 day. Yeah, you almost did it, didn't you, old Bear? It was almost magic, wasn't it? You thought, oh, this is so slick. I'm so much smarter than those Yahoo rednecks in Moffat. Oh yeah, I'm going to get them on this. We're going to be slick. Me and my fancy Denver attorney. We're going to get her done. You just weren't as slick as the sheriff's department. You know what I mean? So it's weird. These are strange family dynamics. What do you guys reckon they were thinking? Why do you have the remains of your beloved mother released to you that you could go and collect at any point and take her and have a funeral or have her cremated or do what everyone did? The remains were released to you. Why did you do nothing? Until Barry got hooked up with his new attorneys. Barry got hooked up with his new attorneys, and suddenly they all said, "What? Where, Suzanne? Are you kidding me?" And her remains have been released to you for years. Why didn't you go get them? Well, we need to get them. We need to get them, and we need to destroy the evidence. And once we destroy the evidence, then we can go to the court and say, "Judge, we need to analyze this evidence." The prosecution got to look at it. We're entitled to do our own autopsy, Judge. And then the judge would have said, "Oh, gosh darn it. Yeah, that's really too bad. Don't you remember she was cremated on February the 20th, 2026, 3 years after she was released to you." So I don't know who the sheriff, the law enforcement deputy, I don't know exactly who it was. I don't know exactly how the conversation went down at the coroner's, but all I can say is thank you for not being a robot, for getting that order and going, "Oh yeah, they could have collected her years ago. We need to let her go. We need to let her be released," because that evidence would have been destroyed and they would have had a real leg to stand on in the court. So February 19th, the Chaffee County Undersheriff goes back and retrieves the remains. It's chilling. This little side story is chilling, and no one's talking about it. But it's chilling how close they almost got a gift. Almost. February the 20th to the 27th, the week after, the sheriff said, no, not so fast, Casey at the bat. She belongs to our investigation. You're going to have to get away from her. Go. Should have grabbed her while the getting was good. That's all I got to tell you. So you move right along, right? February 20th, the week after this, the two girls file a motion to intervene in the criminal case. That's right. Now they're legally demanding for their constitutional rights to cremate their mom. It is constitutional right. It's not cremation, but your right to worship in the way that you see fit. And their argument was, she's dead. We need to have a funeral because that's our religion. Yeah. You believe this? That attorney over there in Denver, snaky. So that was the last week in February, where the girls came forward and said, wait, not so fast. We get to take her back. She's ours. We love her. We love her so much. Get away. She's ours. Go away. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, ladies, how long did she sit there? March the 26th, prosecution opposes the motion and just simply says, look, that the remains are actually evidence in a murder trial, period. Barry's defense takes no position. The daughters withdraw the motion on March the 18th after discussions with the district attorney's office, and the court vacates what would have been the March 30th hearing. So those of you been waiting on March the 30th, like me, it's no more. Gosh, they didn't fight very hard for their loved one, did they? Sort of makes you think that it really wasn't about Suzanne at all, was it? Might have been more about destruction of evidence. Barry? March the 9th, a couple weeks ago, there was a status conference held. Nothing came out of it. Nothing. It was in, out, done, nothing, no biggie, other than the photograph, the new photograph of Barry and his bodyguards. And now, as of today, the remains are in custody as evidence. They have not been released to the daughters. The daughters have withdrawn their initial request or demand. And everybody said, no harm, no foul. Let's just forget all about it, shall we? Let's not pretend that Barry signed cremation documents just 2 weeks after he got arrested the second time. Let's not forget. We don't need to think about that. That's not important. The girls aren't interested. Barry doesn't care. Let's just forget. This was all just a silly little distraction. Something tells me this is going to come back to bite old Barry in his big ass. That's what I'm thinking. All right. So now at this point, there's no upcoming date for a hearing or status conference or anything. The next date, the next milestone that we know of is the trial date, which is October 13th, 2026. What do y'all think about that timeline? Weird, right? Strange family connections. Now they can do their own BAM testing if they're willing to pay for it. Thank goodness Suzanne's remains had not been released to these people. It's just incredible. When you see the timeline of how this played out, it's gross. I'm sorry, Barry. I know you watch the true crime stuff, everything with with your name on it. You make sure that you watch it. Look, here's the reality, Barry. That was a dumb ass move. You went too far with the cremation orders. You see, Barry, that's the difference between someone who is smart and someone who is brilliant. Those cremation orders, they bit your ass in the just right there where it hurts the most. If you just told the girls quietly, just go get the remains. They belong to you. They've already been released 3 years ago or 2 years ago. You just go up there quietly, get them. Then we'll worry about a cremation order. Brilliant, you are not, sir. You are not. You pissed off, though, aren't you? But you're not very brilliant. All right. What do you guys think? I think it's disgusting too, boss lady. I think I think about this woman, Suzanne. I think about her and her life. And I just feel it's just so sad, isn't it? It's just so pointless. For her to have lived with so much coldness and cruel bullshit. And in the end, he did what she feared anyway. Allegedly, we think. We don't know, but we think. Yeah. I don't think Barry's like dumb. In fact, he can't be, because you can't be that level of ball player and be really stupid. He's not stupid, but he's not as smart as he thinks he is. He believes he's brilliant. He believes that he's like special. And wouldn't you have loved to have seen the look on his face when they said, oh, yeah, the sheriff's Chaffee County's back to collect the evidence from us at the coroner's office? Wouldn't you have loved to have seen his face? I know I would have. All right. He's hard-headed, sure. Yeah. It's so clear he abused her, classic domestic violence, and he would never allow her to leave him. Yeah, well, so there's some disagreement, right? Martin looks at his opinion's a bit different than my opinion. I think the reason that he couldn't let her go is because she knew information. I think he couldn't let her go because she knew his secrets, right? Related to business and money and that kind of thing. I don't think it was about love. I don't think Barry sat around and said, oh, my dear Suzanne, I love you so much. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong about that. I just, something about the way she talked about, like some of her texts just gave me this feeling that she knew he was up to some shady business, and he knew that she knew. And, that doesn't really exactly make it easy to get out of a marriage when you're keeping secrets that'll put you in jail. He may have just decided he didn't have anything to lose. If she got free of him, he might go to jail. And so he might take his chances. I don't know. It's all guess. And see, Martin's, his opinion is different than mine. Not completely, but his is different in that he feels like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, Martin, but it's just that classic kind of, you're mine. If I can't have you, no one will have you. You're not gonna leave me and humiliate me, and you're my wife, right? Yeah. And I wouldn't be at all surprised to find out that is in fact what it was, but I just can't shake the fact that it had something to do with money. It had something to do with hiding dirty business dealings, and that's only a guess on my part. Again, I have no special knowledge or information. It's just a guess on my part. Okay, so for all I know, this man could have been heartbroken that the love of his life was running around with Jeff Libler. Yeah, Jeff Libler. He stole her from you, Barry. He got your woman from you. All right. Classic narcissist. He wanted her inheritance. He had the inheritance. No, make no mistake about it, boss lady. The inheritance was done deal. The minute that Suzanne, ladies, listen up, please hear me. Hear what I'm about to say to you. I'm not an attorney, but I'm a girl. You know what I mean? I'm not an attorney. I can't give legal advice, but I can tell you what I know from my own experiences. All right. Your inheritance is yours, right? It doesn't get put into community property. It can't be divided up as community property until what? Until you intermingle or commingle your finances. The minute that Suzanne took her inheritance and put it into the house, the beautiful house on the hill, she lost her inheritance right there. That's where it happened. So he had the inheritance. It wasn't the inheritance that he was trying to keep. 100% Suzanne knew more than Barry thought she knew. I totally agree, Martin. Totally agree. It's your swag. Scientific wild ass guess. There you go, Crime Time. Absolutely. I pray Suzanne and her family get justice. Boy, I do too, Justice Jane. I do too. It's this whole domestic violence nonsense is just, it's just too much. It's pointless. It's senseless. And there's too many women that are, disappearing and being killed at the fists of the person that's supposed to protect them and love them. So Keep your inheritance separate. Exactly, Team Doocy Doo. Yep. Then you don't give any of it up, for half for community property. What do y'all think? The daughter sucked in by the money as well. No loyalty to their mother. I do think money is a factor in that, but I also think the emotional, just having that emotional support, that family connection, I think that's dramatically important to them as well. I think based on the information that sort of come out by people in Arizona, it seems like one of the daughters is actually in business with Barry. Now, Barry can't leave Saguache County, right? He's stuck there right now waiting for the trial. But he had some businesses set up in Arizona, and apparently the daughter is working with him. I don't know. I know where the other girl lives. She lives in the South, but I don't know that there's any connection with him. So I don't know. Why would they think he wouldn't do it to them? Well, that's an interesting question, Crime Time. I'm just going to let it hang in the air. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they be scared that he would do it to them? It's a very interesting question. Look at their faces. Look at their faces. You think Barry looks defiant, or you think he looks a little scared and angry? He didn't look defiant. He did look defiant the first go around. It was divine intervention when they were looking for another person and found Suzanne's grave and body. I have no idea, Crime Time Grime. I have no idea. Roids. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Barry's got the droid rage. My son gets so mad at me. He's like, Mom, you're such a goober head. It's not droid rage. But I just say that to bug him because he likes Star Wars. The roid rage is real, right? The struggle is real. Strange family dynamics. That's all I can say. When finding out which daughter stayed with him to work with him, it was obvious which one before we heard about that. Sure. Yeah. No, I totally agree. And when you look at their history, she was the son he never had, right? She was his buddy. He taught her to hunt. She went backwoods camping with him. That was his friend. I think before this is over and done, I think it's going to come out that this was a very complicated situation, and that suffices anything else that I might say. But tell me, y'all, what do y'all think about that whole timeline issue with the Suzanne's remains being released to the daughters, and then Barry gets arrested a second time? And then suddenly they're trying to get the remains and he's signing cremation orders within weeks. What do y'all think of that? No, just these two, John Smith. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. There's something very, I think old Barry's got him a big old secret. You know what I mean? I think he's got a big secret, like a secret that, the kind of secret that you'd probably go to your death, your grave, never telling. And I don't think it has it doesn't have anything to do with the girls, the daughters. He's got a secret. He's one of those people that you get the feeling he's got another life a hidden life, right? That there's things happening. He's got like a parallel existence. I inherited like Suzanne did, but I'm keeping it separate. No intermixing of joint property. When Suzanne helped to buy the house, boom, it was half his. Yep, that's it, quintessence. Keep your inheritance in a completely separate account. And you know what? I said, I don't want any checks. I don't want an ATM card. I don't want nothing. I got to be able to use Pat and Ben to walk my happy ass in the bank and say, I need some money out of that account. Yep. There you go. Martin agrees. This is a man who is living, he's got a public persona, he's got a public life, but Barry's got something that he don't want anybody to know about. Barry's got there's something else going on in Barry's life. No, Zelda. Zelda, that would be one ugly lady. But that made me laugh. Thank you, my friend. Barry really could have been bridge guy. Okay, so he isn't. However, it would not have surprised me. Barry has some he's got some deep, dark, hidden secrets, but he is not trans. He's not going to come out tomorrow and say, oh, call me Betty. No, he will not be Betty. I'm Come on, Barry. Do it for us, okay? Do it for your fan club, all right? Make you a channel and develop the persona of Betty. Give us all something to laugh about, because this whole case is just tragic and strange and convoluted and makes no sense unless you're Martin. Unless you're Martin, then it doesn't make any sense. But Martin's got it wrapped up in his head. He's figured it out. So, yeah, I know Zelda's a hoot. Zelda, how did that even pop in your head? Everybody's sitting around thinking, oh, he's stolen big money, or he's done something horrible for business, or he killed someone. And Zelda says he's trans. Okay, I shouldn't be laughing. This is a tragic case. I shouldn't be laughing. Makes me mad, but that was funny. He's in the furry community. Who wants to see Barry dressed up like a wascally wabbit? Who, I ask you? Martin, do you want to see Barry dressed up like a plushie? Like a wascally wabbit? Husband recently said we should downsize and pay cash for the next one. The implication was to go halvesies. Good for you, quintessence. Woo! You're a rock star. Be smart. Even Suzanne said he was a Jekyll and Hyde. Suzanne said he was a Jekyll and Hyde, and she said that his business dealings were always so, did she say shady? I think she called it shady, if I remember correctly. Oh, Barry, how you feel? How you feel about the price of silver there, buddy? I'm guessing you traded that silver in a long time ago. Woo! It went through the roof. That Billy Wascally Wabbit. All right. Enough is enough. So why did he turn up living in a trailer park in nowhere, Arizona? Well, I think he regrouped. I think he said, I got to start over. I got to rebuild my fortune, my kingdom. I'm just about done for, and I got to take what little bit of Suzanne's money I have left and use that as my seed money for investment. and try to build it back up. I honestly think that's what he did. I really do. Well, not all of the money is gone, boss lady. You see the young lady, the lovely young lady that's laughing her ass off, incidentally, on Barry's right arm. Yeah, Barry's right hand woman. Those are the hands that have access to mommy's money, or I'm sorry, Barry's money. So there is some money left, and then they have a house that is very very valuable that's paid off that she that he signed over to only her. She's the only one. Yeah, it's weird. It's like she and he have a bond that can't be broken. You know what I mean, Martin? It's like they have a bond of just the deepest level of commitment that they implicitly trust one another, and they somehow know in their heart of hearts that neither one would ever rat out the other one. It's weird that way. But I'm glad it works for them. I'm glad they got a close family together. I think that's good. I think they're going to need support from each other. So that's good. Skidnona, how is sunny Florida? How things going on in Florida? Yeah, I'm not sure it's a trauma bond, you know what I mean? But I'm sure I know nothing. I just read stuff. That's all. I just read. Do you people read? Yeah, Lola Roo's going, what? In big eyeballs. Yeah, Lola, just let it simmer. Just sit there a little while, honey. Just let it simmer. Greetings from North Florida. No. Jen Hale. No. Not even that hat. No, that is not the bond. No. Nope. Not it. I have heard lots of people say that and speculate on that. No. Yeah, absolutely, Martin. But it's nothing. Let me put it this way. It's nothing like I don't know how to categorize it. It's not related to incest. I see all these people that make these comments. Under no circumstances at all have I seen a single thing that would suggest something like that. And believe it or not, there are signs in like dynamics. So that's not there. That is not there. Like I would bet my life on it. That is not what the bond is between them. Remember what I said? She was kind of like the son that Barry never had. He taught her hunting. She loved it. They went out hunting in the backwood, the back range all the time. Yeah, they're friends. They like each other. But that's not what I don't think that's what bonds them together. Why that deep trust? I mean, don't most people, if you're a mom or a dad and you got a house that you're gonna like give to your children, don't you give it to both kids? Like, isn't the ownership, both people, Tom and Jerry? Why would you choose one daughter and give her the house and give her all the money and give her basically your life, give her everything? It's a little weird, right? It's a little strange family dynamics, you guys. That's the title of this video. Strange family dynamics. I didn't say creepy, gross, weird. It's not incest. It's strange. it's strangeness. There's something else there that we don't know, but we can all see it. We can all feel it. Yeah, look at those eyes. He was scared in that picture right there. That's fear he's looking at in old Barry's face. It's weird, Willow. I'm with you, girl. It's weird. It's uncomfortable when the three of them walk together like the Mod Squad. Y'all remember the old Mod Squad or the Charlie's Angels? Yeah, but they're not on the same page. They're not living the same existence. Look at their faces. Each of these three people is lost in a different thought. This is the weirdest thing, the way they walked out. It's so strange. And it was so different than previously when they were going to the courthouse. They were all laughing and smiling, or they were all looking really stern. No, it's three different people here. Something. It is such an odd picture, boss lady. Such a strange picture. A parent is not supposed to be that best friend, party buddy. He should be the parent. Absolutely agree, Jen. 100%. Maybe she knows where all the dirt is buried. It's a thought, right? It's a thought. Okay, so weird timing, isn't it? The dates of the important dates surrounding finding Suzanne's remains, and then when they got released to the family, and then Barry gets arrested, and then oopsie, within 2 weeks of Barry getting arrested, boop, we gotta have her cremated. Hurry, everybody, let's go get her and have her cremated. Oh man, that was a bad move, Barry. It's a really bad move, man. Really bad. And you know how I know that they know it was a bad move? Because they were like, oh no, we don't know what we were thinking. Silly us. What were we thinking? We don't really want to collect her remains and do a cremation. I don't know what we were thinking. It must have been a little bit of bad weed. You know, that old Rocky Mountain High gets you every time. When the Richardsons went to the Morphew house for the second dinner, Barry announced that What? What? Is that true, Mark? Well, that's embarrassing. I feel very sorry for that girl. Yikes. Well, in quintessence, that's the whole point, right? With this whole true crime community and discussion, hopefully it makes all of us women a little wiser, a little more careful with the safety issues, whether it's physical, whether it's about our money and how we protect ourselves or support ourselves. Hopefully we learn from men like Barry. Allegedly. All right. Yeah, that's horrible. Ugh, gross. Well, and I always thought, well, I don't want to get into that because there's just some men, some middle-aged men have creepy, weird, sexual stuff, right? And him going to that YouTube channel where that young girl was doing her writing about like her first sexual experience, and that's weird that a man would be interested in that. It's so strange, such a strange attraction. Weird. His daughters are not children, they are grown women. I agree. They are adult women for sure. Tenacity for the truth. I like your name. It's just, it's better to just wait and hear the truth come out in the court, you know. But I do think this picture, it's actually a picture from a video clip. They're walking out of the court hearing from, I think, the 9th. And she is laughing the whole way. He looks like he wants to scream. He looks like he wants to crawl out of his skin. And the other girl looks like she's like rehearsing in her mind, you know, how she's going to get on that 2:15 airplane back to Florida. But this was a different Barry. Watching him walk out, this is a different Barry. It's a different guy. Absolutely disgusted. Yes, ma'am. I totally agree, boss lady. Yep. But we know the one that's laughing and all happy. She got a multi-million-dollar house. She got the leftover cash. She's got a business that I can only assume was being funded by Barry. Yeah, she's a robot. She's completely detached. And then let me go back to, oh, I think I have to pull it up again. Hold on. Oh, I guess I could show that clip first. Let me show this clip. This is the video clip that I got this picture from. It's such a quick clip. So I'll slow it down. There we go. Let me slow it down so it doesn't go away so fast. I'll play it back and forth a couple of times, but look at each of their faces. None of them are together. None of them are aligned. Man, it's so weird. So strange. You know, I think, hold on. I think he looks scared. What do you think, Martin? Does he look scared? Yeah, I agree, tenacity. That is one of the things that makes me say strange family dynamics. You just go off together to go camping and you leave your mom on Mother's Day, especially leaving your mom when you know that you've moved out of the house. You've moved in with your boyfriend because your mom and dad were fighting so much. Literally. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine your big sister goes off to college? Now you're left in the house with your mom, your dad, and yourself. And it's so stressful in the house, the fighting all the time, that you go to your boyfriend and you say, please, can I come and live with your family for a while? She's still in high school. And they say, sure. And Suzanne says, fine. So now, when you know, you're telling your mom, don't tell him that you're leaving. Just go. Tell him after you've gotten away. There, at least one of those daughters was afraid of Barry. She was afraid of what Barry was going to do to Suzanne, right? Not only are you aware of the anger and the disagreements and the fighting and the affairs of your parents, your mom is also getting treatment for cancer. You don't think the one Mother's Day when you've had to move out of the house because you were in such misery from the fighting and your mom is getting cancer, you don't think that one day that you and your damn sister could stay at home with your mom on Mother's Day? Strange family dynamics. Strange. Yeah, but honestly, I think Barry looks terrified. This is a Barry I'd never seen before, really. He's always had such hubris, right? And he wears his religion, out there like a badge of honor or some crap. This is different. He looks really messed up in the head. He looks really messed up. He's probably still mad about those cremation papers, be my guess. Now, the daughter, his right-hand man, shit, she's yucking it up. She's having a great time. There's a story here, you guys. I'm telling y'all, there's a story here. Right there, you see it. Look at the fear. Watch. Man, this is what I hate about reporters. Why don't they just go ahead and let it play? Yeah, that's all. That's all they gave us was that teeniest little clip, like 2 seconds. Weird family dynamics. I don't understand it. I don't get it. All right. So what do you guys think about the timeline with the cremation papers? Suzanne was about to get the all clear on the Monday after Mother's Day. I think they're like Southern Baptist. From the very beginning, my gut thought was, what the hell is wrong with these girls? No searching, no pleading with the news, nothing. Deception Detective, he talks about that. He talks about when somebody's got a child that goes missing or whatever, that an innocent person panics, that it's unnatural not to know where your loved one is. And so when they just disappear into thin air, you panic, like you're scared, you're frightened. And part of that panic reaction is to beg and plead, to get in front of a camera and beg and plead and say, please, please, please help us, please. We saw Savannah Guthrie beg, didn't we? We saw Savannah Guthrie get in front of the camera many times and beg for information about her mother. Yep. Something there. Not sure, what, but I don't know. What do you make of the autopsy, or not autopsy? I'm sorry, the cremation battle over Suzanne's remains, Martin? Yeah, he's different, Sketty Nona. He looks like a guy who realizes that he's all out of luck. No panic from either, just silence while the world was searching. He looks angry and scary. You think he looks scary, Mama Mo? I mean, he looks scared, but you know what they say, right? A scared dog, that's a dog that'll bite you. Cremation would destroy all the evidence. It would set up a big argument in the court because the prosecution got to do their investigation and the defense would cry and say, we didn't get to do ours. Yeah, exactly, Martin. Was that after the ace was found in Suzanne's remains? Yes, John. He signed the papers for the cremation 2 weeks after he was arrested the second time. And what makes it so shocking, John, is the girls had the body had actually been released to the girls for a little over 2 years, and they didn't go get her. But as soon as he got arrested the second time, they started trying to get the remains, and the coroner called Chaffee County Sheriff's Department and said, hey, you know those 2 girls? They're up here trying to get the remains. What do you want me to do? And the sheriff said, do not let those girls take those remains. They were going to have a hearing on the 30th. That's what was coming up. They were going to have a hearing to fight about who could have possession of Suzanne's remains. And everybody was in agreement the prosecution was going to win it. You know, because Suzanne's remains are evidence. So they never should have been released in the first place. That was, you know what, Barry? You snooze, you lose, big guy. You snoozed. You know what I mean? Maybe more to find in her bones. I mean, right, Martin? You kind of think, wait a minute, you know, they already have the BAM. That's there. Why are you in such a hurry to you know, cremate? So, and you know what I bet, Martin? I bet you they had the remains back under the knife the next day after they started trying to get her. I bet the prosecutors were saying the same thing. What's Barry looking for? Or what's he trying to hide? Something's definitely going on. It was going on before Suzanne went missing. Have you settled on any exact idea? I have an idea. I can't wait. He had some trouble with some state government contracts. I can't believe Barry almost got her cremated. What has he gotten away with? He ain't gotten away with it yet, Mama Mo. He almost did, but thank goodness for the coroner. It was BAM, John. Yeah. You know, the stuff that they shoot in elephants and bears to make them go to sleep. How long does it take to do the forensic hair testing? I know it's a long time. I'm wondering if they did that on Suzanne's hair. I don't know, Zelda. I do not know. I think the biggest question that I have, where did he move her? Like she went somewhere that night. Oh, but then she got moved later, right? Because it was all different clothes, and you know, we'll never know. I don't think it'll ever be known, but it is one of the things that bothers me. I mean, with the daughters, we may never know. She did no more. Maybe an overzealous prosecutor decides to investigate it. Maybe. I don't know, but I think as of now, they just want Barry. They want Barry behind bars. Like my bird. Do you, Martin? I think I do too. There's some very curious little factoids that are facts that make you, if you really stop and think about what you're listening to, what you're looking at, it makes you go, now wait a minute, how did that happen exactly? Some strange things, right? And I don't know about you, but I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I think Suzanne was buried not too far from where she was found. But then why dig her up? Why would they dig her up and move her if it was right close? I don't know. Strange family dynamics, strange missing persons case all the way around. Strange. All right. So, no hearing on the 30th because the girls said, "Oh my gosh, I just don't know what we were thinking. Now that I look at it, it just all seems so foolish. I'm sorry I did that. We were not trying to destroy evidence, Judge. You know that. We just wanted our mom. We just wanted to do a funeral, just a little bit of cremation, and then that's all." That's what that was the other part that made my eyebrows go up. What, you give up that easily? Really? You dug in for a fight. Both of you signed those documents. What makes you back off and go, huh? What? We mean it. Kind of makes you think maybe there was a threat, doesn't it? Kind of makes you think maybe there was some legal pressure put on the girls. What was it, Martin? If you can say it, remember, he watches these videos about himself. Remember? So be careful what you say in here. Boy, this is a weird place, isn't it? This true crime community. It's so weird. You got Brian Koberger was watching Cluminati's videos. It's so weird because the people that are committing these crimes, they're wanting to read about themselves. They're wanting to see, what people are saying, what they're talking about. It's just a weird dynamic here. Yeah. Yeah, Martin. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I don't know. You'd think that at least one of these guys would grow a conscience and decide to tell their story. So all of us people that get so deep into the story, and at least we get the answers, the answers. It's wild. I just don't know that it's about money. Cheated no more. Yeah, well, I mean, it might be for the very happy young lady. That might be about her, but maybe that's her motivation. But I just and maybe it was something as simple as cash. Maybe it was. But I feel like he was desperate. I think he was hiding his business crimes. It's so interesting that Corey Richards told her boyfriend they could lay around and watch true crime. How weird was that, Cinnamon? That was crazy. Lay around and watch true crime, yet she did the dreaded incriminating Google search it. Yeah, another, not brilliant criminal. But what was she killing for? business, right? The older daughter was given all the money and value, house and everything. No, it's not gone, Marty. A lot of it is, but not the whole thing, no. That's right, Zelda. No, I think look, all of the family members on Suzanne's side and also a couple of people on Barry's side, they did come out over the years and talk about what a nice family they had. That Barry was a really good dad. Um, Suzanne was very happy with her two girls, and that they were living a really normal, nice, middle class Midwestern life, right? And then he changed in a pretty short period of time. Um, and you can look at like all of the lawsuits and stuff that he was involved in, and you can kind of see when it happens, right? So they all said that he was good. He was a good husband. He was a good dad. He's good to the girls. And if you're one of those girls and that's how you grew up, that was dad, right? And he was always there when you were little and he always took care of you. That was dad. You don't just walk away from that. How do you walk away? Your mom is already gone. You're not talking to her family. So what? You just want to go from being like living a beautiful life, middle class life, to suddenly being completely alone with nothing out in the world? No, I think it'd be really hard to walk away from your family, someone that gave you your sense of identity. I think that'd be really hard to do. What I'm saying is that after the fact of Suzanne going missing, I believe the daughters were fine with receiving what they received. They have done zero to help. I think that is another one of those strange facts that they did not make an appeal. In fact, do y'all remember that they got out and went over and yelled at that reporter? What is her name? I've forgotten her name now. From Denver. She's not a reporter anymore. What's her name? Well, look, crime time. Shirley absolutely does not think that her sweet baby boy is guilty. Shirley loves her little boy. Was it Lauren? Yeah, maybe it was Lauren. Yeah, she was in her car and she had called Barry on the phone asking to do an interview. And both girls came out of the house and cussed like a drunk sailor. They cussed her up one side and down the other. I mean, they were brutal. So they may be very beautiful, but somebody taught them to fight. You know what I mean? I don't mean fist fight, but be aggressive. So I don't know, but I sure would like to know what is so funny. What is so funny? Sure. Shirley is Barry's mama. Was it Macy that it was so bad? Because that did kind of surprise me. Yeah. No, I think Maisie was the one who lost her mind. Maybe quintessence. There's still a lot of money though. If you look at it on paper, maybe there's not a lot of like cash, but there's a lot of value. Like if you needed money, you could sell that house and you'd be back in business. Yeah. But I think he looks scared. I think right there you're seeing something. He's different, you know. I don't know what it is, the cockiness, you know. His Barry was inside loving it. Ugh, awful. Barry was a sophomore when I was a senior. Our schools played each other in sports. That is very interesting, Sketty Nona. Did you remember him at all? I have no idea. Amazingly true. Things that this court has sort of taken the guidance of the Brian Koberger court. Everything's really hidden, quiet. That's true crime. So weird. After JLR police report, Dolly's self-admitted recording of strangulation. What? Dolly strangled who? Betty saying she strangled her husband. Bullhorn Betty strangled her husband? Man, you guys go hard. That I'm not that kind of creator. I want you guys to know. I am anti-violence. I'm done giving grace. I am too, man. And I knew when I saw that stuff come up about JLR, I said to myself, here, this is going to be just like Lauren Matthias. We listened to the police tapes. We heard John Matthias try to make up charges against a young woman and knowing it was bullshit. And none of her subs were horrified or thought it was awful. They didn't think it was terrible what she did to Kay Woodcock or Crusha or even Colby. They just lie. They just run off at the mouth and say, "Oh, I care about the victims." Well, you clearly didn't care that much. And so when I saw that with JLR, I said, it'll be the same thing. His subscribers, they won't leave. They'll accept it. Who cares? So what? Another woman gets beat up. Big woo. Well, you know what, JLR? I'd be real careful if I were you. You could end up finding out what it is that Barry Morphew's going through right now. Accidents happen. Oh, look, Martin has it. Lauren Sharp is on the witness list. Did you unsub? Thank you, Cheated No More. Women got to stand together. We have to quit being sacrificed because some idiot man loses his temper. We have to quit doing that. She's all happy with the latest layer of Duggar problems. I'm going to tell you something, Kathy. I have been obsessed with this whole Duggar thing. How wild is it? Did y'all watch Happy Shiny People? Shiny Happy People? I never watched 19 and Counting or 17 and Counting. I never watched the actual family. But I watched Shiny Happy People and I was like, wow, this is so interesting. And then I got into researching the cult. And once I got into researching the cult, then I was like, oh, this has got a lot of Ruby Frankie vibes coming from it. And now we've got 2 more boys and the wife. And you know what it is about the wife, right? They were locking the children in their bedrooms at night. Yep. A recording where Dolly is bragging about strangling a woman, feeling his fingertips touch each other through the woman's flesh. That is filthy, Cinnamon. Good Lord. And isn't his brother a registered sex offender? So we have 2 fetishes. Blah. Yuck. gross religious cult. Yeah, that cult is really scary. What they're training the people to do. It's all the actual true patriarchy, and women are just incubators. Women are simply give birth. It's not even that women are there for sexual pleasure. It is 100% have babies. That's how you're going to get in heaven. Yep. Scary stuff. Absolutely a land. Yep. 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 I hope they did, John Smith. I hope so. He needs to be. Listen, the cop that they took Josh to, okay, so Josh was offending against his sisters, right? And the dad found out, and they took him to counseling, and they did all these things. And then after the counseling, after a couple of years had passed by, then they said, okay, well, now you have to answer to the law, and that's your last step at penance, and then you'll have all this behind you. So they take their 18-year-old, 17, 18-year-old son up to the police station where one of the cops is there. And the kid, Josh, has to go in and he has to confess his sins to this police officer. I sexually assaulted 4 of my sisters and a babysitter, right? The cop takes some time. Nobody knows what the cop said to him, chastised him, yada, yada, no jail time, sweep it all underneath the rug, move on. Okay, well, fast forward. Guess where the cop is now, right now, today? The cop that they took Josh Duggar to confess that he was a pedophile and he was engaging in incest. Guess where he's at? He's in prison. Ask me for what? Yeah, crimes, sex A of children. Gosh, you don't think there could be like a whole ring of this happening with these people, do you? Gross. Gross, 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 gross. Amazingly true. It is nauseating when you read the history and you read the police report and you really let it sink in. He was terrorizing that woman. According to the police reports, everybody's innocent till proven guilty in a court of law, but a judge did grant her a 3-year protective order. That is almost unheard of. So she's having to have reconstructive surgery to her face. It wasn't a little pushing, little arguing match. It was a nightmare that she went through. The Duggar dad was always referring to having sex with his wife. Yeah, that's gross. Yeah, Zelda, that's inappropriate. With all those children around, yeah, that's silly. That's stupid. Oh, Cinnamon, I was nauseated. I can't tell you how many times I've been in an emergency room or a hospital room with some woman who's been just had the shit beat out of her by her husband, of course, the person who's supposed to love her and protect her. You just can't unsee it. It's just terrible. Oh yeah, the abuse apologizers are disgusting people. It's like saying, "Oh Barry, I know you lost control of your anger. It's okay. Suzanne was having sex. She broke your marriage vows. I can understand how you could get so upset." No. You don't. You don't ever You can't do that to anyone ever, no matter if they make fun of the size of your pecker or if they have affairs with other men. You don't get to kill them. Hey, Donna Burns, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you'll go back to the beginning of the video and listen. Listen, please hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. And if you'll hit the subscribe with all notifications, that too would help me because I have not been able to make any videos lately. And you know, my little channel is dying, unfortunately. MGL has behaved so badly for months. Oh my God, I can't believe I ever watched her. I didn't even know she was around anymore, Cinnamon. Where's she at? Is she on YouTube? Where's like what is she doing? She's on YouTube. Must be ban evading, huh? Thank you so much, Donna Burns. Y'all have your second one coming in September. Congratulations. Congratulations. Shannon, thank you so much. I got a new member. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that so much, Shannon. Molly Golightly, she's a legend, didn't she, Martin? Oh, I'm so sorry. Cheated no more. All of February? Oh my gosh. Hey, Jen, the iron skillet works for me. I'm good with that. And if that fails you, use a piece of bologna. Well, I am very grateful to you, Shannon. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's Go Lightly something else. Okay. She's back here as a life coach. God help us. Good Lord. Please. Maybe she's Barry's life coach. Barry, did you hire Molly Golightly to be your life coach? Did you call Molly Golightly and say, "Well, I've got a really bad patriarchal, macho, infantile, egomaniac thing going on, but really, I just want to be a girl named Sue." Yeah, we're gonna have to find her, boss lady. We're gonna have to look for her channel. Yeah, Shannon. Zelda said a while ago that Barry's big secret was that he was trans, and everybody thought that was a hoot. Mostly because that really pisses him off. Set her up with Barry. Wouldn't you? Man, can you imagine Molly Golightly and Barry Morphew on a date? Oh my God. Bruce Lee and Molly. Yeah, that'd be great. Maybe Molly hired Barry to be her life coach. I don't think Barry's a man of many words. I don't think he talks much. Very Cinnamon, very sweet, and she was very, very successful. She was behind one of the biggest social media sensations that we've ever seen. She was part of the Brain Trust. And for him to disrespect her, disregard her value, her life, he's not right. That's not normal. Talks a little, manipulates a lot. I don't know. He's spent, I guess Martin probably knows more. He spent more of his life alone probably than with people. I think he's probably pretty he I don't know if you could really call him schizoid. That guy in Arizona called Barry a ladies' man, and I kind of when I saw that, I kind of thought to myself, "Nah, are you sure? Like, did you really talk to him? Do you really know, or are you just kind of going by appearances?" Because he doesn't strike me as a ladies' man. What do you think, Martin? You think he's a ladies' man? I think he's one of those people that's just sort of like zero personality. And I mean, he is handsome. I'm sure there would be plenty of women that would be attracted to him, but I don't see him being charismatic, and I don't see him kind of looking for that social interaction. What do you think, Martin? Creepy, yeah. The kind of guy that creeps around in the shadows and spies on his wife, right? It's like, dude, just go in your house and give your wife a hug and a kiss and say, "Hey, honey, I missed you." Well, you know what? Cheated no more without without his testosterone shots. It only take about 4 5 months for him to start looking like a 60-year-old man. He's keeping that physique and that bone structure with the help of modern chemistry. I went in to see last night and she was talking to Siri like it was a human being for hours. Oh my God. Do you remember the parking garage when she was going boom, boom? Las Vegas. He was barred from the gym for watching women. Ugh, so he's like an attractive Brian Koberger then. Yuck. They said everywhere Brian Koberger went, like bars and stuff, people would ask him to leave because he made the women so uncomfortable. Creepy. Martin, why do you think that Shoho broke up and abandoned Old Barry? You think they had a falling out, or you think she got scared about maybe being arrested too? Oh, yeah, Shannon, I totally agree with you. But he's different. When you watch this little clip of him walking out of the courthouse, it, he looks scared. The previous bravado, chest thrown out, it's not there anymore. He looks worried. Not sure, to tell the truth. Had to go look, see if Molly Golightly was standing up for victims once again. It was backhanded. She said things like, "What did Magnolia do to cause things?" Well, now, isn't that special? Damn. Wow. That just burns me up. I wish I hadn't read that. That the answer, Molly, is nothing. Magnolia did nothing to cause her own assault. Nothing. It was the insane, crazy batterer that did it. It's the guy with intermittent explosive anger disorder that did it, not Magnolia. She was the victim, Molly. It's called a victim for a reason. Oh, so, Shannon. Narcissistic collapse, right? The minute he went on the run hiding, that mask would have been crumbling. Oh, that's a great analogy, Cheated No More. Good one. Yeah, that's like that silly sheriff talking about a cuddle struggle in with the Sebastian Rogers case. That was horrible. I'd never heard anything so disgusting in my life. Yeah, y'all are killing me with the whole trans life coach Barry. S- some of some of you guys that are really good with I wish I would do like make us a video of of Betty the life coach. That'd be fun. I would love that. You think he looks like he's going to burst? I don't know. I think he looks really, really like scared looking. And the one daughter that's like got her hand around his arm, she almost looks like a mama holding up a drunk kid, like come on, damn it. Like she's irritated with the whole charade. And then the other girl's acting like she's inherited $3 million. That's what she looks like. She's having a great time. She's like, man, I can't wait. He's going to jail for life, and my sister's not in on it, and it's all mine. Yeah, she's over it. She doesn't even want to pretend. He looks more like a Betsy. Hey, I could go with Betsy. Betsy works. I think it's cute. And you know how patriotic Barry is, right? He even had to vote twice because he's so patriotic. Maybe some of you AI geniuses could do us a little video where he's dressed up like Betsy Ross, casting his votes. That'd be fun. Martin's gone quiet. Martin's like, damn it, I cannot be a part of this. This is beneath me. Malaga Lightly, her image shows JLR and she's doing a live, and every other word is F bomb. Her boobies are back out. Wow. It's too bad. You like Violet? Yeah, Martin's sitting there going, I'm not gonna, my name is not gonna be involved in this. I'll just sit here quietly until they start having an intelligent conversation again. Yeah, it doesn't sound like she did crime time. Yeah. Wow. So funny. Wow, I can't believe it's so late. Okay, everybody. I got to get up early in the morning. I finally got some time to myself, and I was like, I need to go ahead and make this video while I'm thinking about it. I can't imagine the life Barry's been living in a trailer behind a bar. He probably lays in bed listening to the outhouse door slam all night with the bikers going pot. Oh, what he did make some friends at the biker bar. So, but that was when he was going by the name Bruce Lee. Look, Betsy, you're going to have to start thinking a little more clearly. Okay, Bruce Lee, really? That was the name you decided to go with? I'm glad you did too, Cheated No More. I haven't hardly been here either. I haven't been able to get any time at all to do like anything related to this. Our family's having you know, a medical challenge right now. The tires on his trailer go flat, and he can't help but keep rolling out of bed with a backache because his trailer's crooked. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Appreciate that. She is very strong. It's actually amazing how strong she is. She's healing and getting better every time and getting her strength. But there's no sleep right now, right? It's every 3 hours you have to go into the NICU, and I mean they're talking about now like April 15th or something. It's this is for the long haul. Yeah. One of the babies is doing super great, amazing, strong, do everything, good. The other one's, she needs more time to grow. Yeah, it's the not having any sleep that is so difficult right now. Yep, that's it. And nobody can do it but her. And she is doing it. She's being super strong and pleasant and, pushing through like you have to do, right? Yeah, I believe that, Cinnamon. I think this is the first time that he's really feeling it. That his time is up, right? There won't be any judges there to protect him. Oh, did I say that? Allegedly, allegedly. Martin, can you believe I said that? I can't believe I said that. Barry looks scared because he knows he's going down. I mean, that's what I said. It's kind of interesting. It's like he didn't make any friends in Saguache County, right? Alamosa. I can't believe I said it, Martin. Yeah, they're going to be great, Shannon. It's just going to, they just need some more time to grow. That's all. Everything will be fine. It will be fine. Hey, just another human. We're having like old home week. It's like a family reunion, isn't it? That's great. Welcome. It's good to see you. Yeah, the BAM is just you have to you cannot reasonably believe that someone else swooped in with some BAM when Barry's the only one in, southern Colorado that even has any. And he admitted to it. He admitted to it. He said he brought it from Indiana. What? See, Barry, that's what I was talking about a while ago. That's the difference between being smart and being brilliant. You thought you were brilliant by admitting that you had BAM, and then you could play all innocent, right? You never should have said a word. Why'd you say anything? Because you thought they would never find her body. Allegedly. It's huge, Martin. It's huge. Oh, that was so nice of you, just another human. Thank you for pulling over so that you could have a signal so you could say, hey, we're so happy you did. Good, good, good. Donna Burns is here. He did not believe she would ever be found. Totally agree. I believe that, heart and soul. He thought he was home free. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, amazingly true. Wow. Y'all look at that. My daughter was 1 pound, 6 ounces when she was born. It took 3 months to grow. For some reason, they have a much more difficult time when they're born premature. So what was her week of birth? Was she like 29 or 1 pound? She might have even been like 27, huh? Like 27 weeks? Wow, amazingly true. That is, I cannot even imagine. My goodness. The defense will have to come up with something to try and explain the BAM in her system I wonder what it will be. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if the cremation attempt after 3 years of having access to her remains is any indication, it ought to be like watching Corey Richards' trial. It ought to make us all laugh. It's probably going to be ludicrous. What do you think, Martin? You think it's going to be a ludicrous explanation? I think he wanted them to find her staged planted remains. Tell me why. You're not the first person I've seen that has said that, Martin. I think that's the last thing he wanted was for her to be found. I don't think there was any life insurance. I don't think she would have qualified for life insurance. Two times with cancer, she wouldn't have found a company that would give her a $2, $3, $4 million life insurance policy. Jen Hale, I hope you sleep so well tonight that you wake up in the morning feeling like you're 17 again. And then enjoy church tomorrow. 26 weeks. There you go. That is a true miracle. Amazingly true. A true miracle. Wow. They are just barely viable at 26 weeks. That's an amazing story. Wow. Well, I am very happy for you and your family, and I have so much respect for any woman that goes through this, because this is not for the faint of heart. Those moms that have babies in the NICU, they are going through it. It is tough. Yeah, Betsy Ross. I hope some AI genius will do that for us. Oh my gosh, Flyer B. 6 weeks early, weighed 2 pounds, stayed in the hospital, I'm told, for 3 months. Were you having like heart problems, or maybe liver trouble? Someone else used BAM, naturally occurring somehow, planted evidence by a corrupt investigator. Moments in trade-in. Do they call you Bear Bear? Is that your name? I don't think BAM can occur naturally. One of the components is an opiate, which is going to come from like Afghanistan. Planted evidence by a corrupt investigator. Where would they have gotten the BAM? The police wouldn't have had BAM. That BAM is a controlled substance, and there's only a few veterinarians in Colorado that can even do a prescription for BAM. The only people in Colorado that get a prescription for BAM are people that are working like for the wildlife and fisheries. Like when they call and they say, "Hey, we have a bear in downtown Aspen." Then they go down and they shoot the bear with BAM, and then they load it up in a truck and drive it up, to the top of the mountain and let the bear go. And then a few months later, he comes back to town. Aspen's got a serious bear problem. Why did he put biking clothes in with the remains? Well, you know why, right? Because that was his cover story. The cover story was that she went biking and somebody abducted her when she was on her bicycle, right? But we don't believe that. Like we know that absolutely she was already in the ground when that bike was thrown down the hill. So when he moved her to Sawatch, that's when he had to get the biking clothes and throw in the hole with her with the remains. as in the off chance that if she was found, then they would say, oh, look, she was wearing her biking clothes. But he's so dumb. Again, Barry, 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 Barry. It's the difference between being smart and being brilliant. You know what I mean? You didn't factor in, even though you're an outdoorsman, even though you cut the head off the elk and you put the elk head away from the remains of the, you know about decomposing animal bodies, don't you, Barry? What? You didn't think that was going to happen to Suzanne? What? There was no decay on the biking clothes, Barry. That's the difference between being smart and being brilliant. Surprise, no civil suit from brother and extended family. And it wasn't just the biking clothes. Remember the glove? Do you think that glove was supposed to be Suzanne's, or do you think there was a woman that was with whoever disposed of Suzanne? Was that Suzanne's glove, or was that somebody else's glove? No, Bam is pretty. Bam is Bam. I don't know how they could say it's not Bam. It is what it is. 26 weeks. I can't even imagine. My single childbirths of both girls were both overdue by a week, and they were long babies. My family are all tall. Well, I can't imagine 26 weeks either. And I can't imagine it. Bruce Lee and his kung fu fighting. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Do, 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 do. My cousin was the first neonatologist in Michigan way back. That is impressive. I'm telling you, neonatologists are some of the coolest people in the world. The things they do with those itsy bitsy teeny tiny babies. I once had the privilege of watching an actual surgery where the baby was left in the mother's womb, and they cut into it and they did the surgery, and then they sewed her back up and added fluid, and all was well, and the baby went full term. It was wild. I think he was trying to frame Carl. Why would he do that, Martin? I don't know who Carl is. Carl Colby? Do I have Alzheimer's? Do I know that name? Is that the kid? Is that the guy with the monitoring? Interesting. Yeah, I know some of these people that he knows, but I don't recognize him. I don't know who that is. But he's from Salida. Looks like he cuts down trees for a living. Oh, you know what, Sketty Nona? Now they'll take those little preemies and load them up on a helicopter and fly them from Aspen to Denver. And listen how horrible. The parents don't get to go with them. Can you imagine having your baby and it gets put on a life flight helicopter and sent 4 hours away. Just terrible. So terrible. So sad. I forget how many we transported to Riley Hospital in Indianapolis. I know, Shannon. To me, I just get a sick feeling in my stomach when I think about those poor mothers. Well, I guess the dads too. I'm not being sexist, but for the parents, right? The boyfriend of the lady they were looking for. No. Interesting. So you think he was aware of that woman going missing and he thought, "Oh, I'll just kill two birds with one stone and then I'm home free." Huh. Yeah. Oh, Aurora. Wow. I'm so sorry. So sorry you went through that. I I just can't imagine the fear and the helplessness that the parent feels. It just must be terrible. You were kept in the hospital an additional day. Ugh, so sorry. Well, I hope everybody's okay now. Carl Colby is on the witness list? You know, Martin, I'm going to have to wrap my head around this story now. Because he's from Salida, right? Huh. So if that's what you're thinking, then that means that Suzanne didn't get moved to Moffat until much later. So he would have had to have come back from Arizona and move her then, right? Oh yeah, I'm sure, Aurora. Yeah, I cannot even imagine. Yeah, it's so sad. I was low key panicking during my second childbirth, had a cesarean, and when they took her to bathe her, I was being put back together. My mind was going to all kinds of places. Yeah, it's very frightening. Yeah. Edna Quintana's boyfriend. So was Edna, was she ever around Salida at all? Or Buena Vista or anything? Or he found her south? Aren't there places where parents can stay for free? I think there was a place near Texas Children's Hospital in Houston. Yeah, there's Ronald McDonald's houses all over the country. They'll be by Shriners hospitals. They'll be by the cancer St. Jude's, but they're all over the place. Hospitals that have these NICUs in them, they often have in the hospital apartments. Well, they call them apartments, right? Really, what they are is they're just like little one-room suites with a bathroom. Maybe they've got a tiny little kitchenette. They'll be usually be like a central kitchen, but think like a college dorm room. So they'll have these rooms that are for one parent of the child that's in the NICU, and then they can stay there while their child is in the NICU. Usually, if they do when they go to the step up room where they're transitioning out of critical care and now they're trying to get into like a normal hospital room, that at that point, then they'll usually move the parent into like a nearby hotel room. And then once the kid is in like just a regular hospital room, then the parent can stay in the hospital room with the child. But yeah, the apartments are, or dorm, I guess you could call it. That's pretty common in all of the Shriners hospitals, all of the St. Jude, but the Ronald McDonald houses are also near those hospitals that have the large ICU units. Like that hospital that's down in Houston, they actually have the largest pediatric intensive care unit anywhere in the country. So it's some of those kids are in the hospital, even in the NICU, even 6 months, 8 months. It's pretty bleak. Carl was squatting in the trailer where Suzanne's remains were found. In the trailer? She wasn't in a trailer. I don't think I understood what you said, Martin. Lives in Buena Vista. So there was some connection with old Barry then, right? Wow. Had a friend who was 10 weeks premature. The chopper went to Denver before birth, and baby weighed about 1 kilo. And today she has 2 children of her own. Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful, Mandy Rose. Wonderful. Yeah, there's real miracles happening all over the place. Whatever happened to Barry's nephew who set up the GoFundMe? All those guys kind of spread out. They own a business nearby. Savannah, Georgia. I was allowed to stay at the Ronald McDonald House for the second one in NICU. Here in Alaska, we don't have much. Yeah, Aurora, Alaska is not really a place that's built up for women very well, is it? It's predominantly men, but yeah. Where are you in Alaska? I lived in Kenai. Carl was squatting in the trailer where Suzanne's remains were found. Martin, she was found buried in a field marked by one lone tree. She was in the same building, not being life flighted many miles away. You mothers are so brave and amazing who could go through any medical situation or transported to another hospital. They're heroes. They are warriors, Shannon. Like, to see them, you can just see how worried they are. You can see the weariness, but then they're so determined and strong. It's amazing to watch, really. I just had to cry the other day. I just had to break down and cry because I walked out of the hospital and it just felt really sad, It's just tough. But everything's good. Under one lone tree. Oh, that's interesting, Martin. Yeah, there's a trailer or like a shed or something there. There's a Ronald McDonald right around the block from Huntington Hospital in Pasadena, close to our house. Yeah, the Ronald McDonald's houses are well known and a really big deal. Well, Crime Time, I am very sorry that you're falling asleep, but I am tickled to death that you came in and spent time with us. And I know that you need your beauty sleep. So you better crawl in bed and get your good night's sleep because it is getting late. It's 11 o'clock. My second delivery was with under 6-inch umbilical. Wow, Sketty Nona. I got panicky when I saw the doctor's face and heard him talking with the nurses. Yeah, so scary, isn't it? So scary. But that is amazing, 6 inches. Cancerian, lucky I'm a Gen X kid, or else I would have been a helicopter mom. Well, you can still be a helicopter granny. I am currently in the valley. It's unbelievable how strong a newborn is. A force of strength can't even be put into words. Pure love on a higher level. I was in El Camino Hospital and picked up by ambulance to Stanford. Wow. There was a trailer next to the tree close to where Suzanne's remains were found. Yeah, I remember. Now that you said that, I remember it. Primetime Drive. A hunting trailer. Ugh. It's chilling, Martin. Chilling. You don't reckon that Morgan dropped that hunting trailer for him, do you? You think that's why they drove south? Why they went through Colorado Springs to get to Denver? You think Barry said take this trailer and drop it off in Moffett? The crying is definitely healing. A white hunting trailer, like the one in Arizona, in the campground. I'm so pissed at Barry for what he did to Suzanne. Allegedly. Allegedly. He is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Isn't that right, old Barry? You an innocent man, aren't you? 4:56 a.m. in the beautiful country. Whew. Are you waking up early or are you going to sleep late, Martin? Which perspective should we have? Being a helicopter granny is wonderful. I love being a helicopter granny. Hashtag justice for Suzanne. Absolutely. 3:56 p.m. in Melbourne. Nice. So you and Martin are about exactly 12 hours apart. Justice for Suzanne. Thank you guys so much for coming in and chatting with me. Keep your eyes and ears open about any more strange, odd behavior by these three. I think it is fascinating that those girls had been given access to her remains for years, never acted on it, but when old Barry got arrested, 2 weeks later, he's filling out the paperwork for cremation. And but for the grace of God and the coroner, they might have gotten away with hiding something. But I'm with Martin on this. I'm sitting going, come on, Barry, what exactly are you trying to hide? Why do we need to cremate Suzanne now after there's already been an autopsy? Right? Like, did they miss something? Very, very curious. Oh, I'm going to tell you something amazingly true. Martin is the encyclopedia of the Barry Morphew case. He has the details, like he knows. So he's the one to ask. It is a long witness list. He is innocent unless proven guilty. It is his right. That is exactly true, Shannon. 12 hours. How many years ago has it been now since this happened to Suzanne? 2020, so 6 years. Yep. You don't want those germs in a hostile situation, definitely needing a hotel. Yep. 10 p.m. here in Boring, Oregon. It's great to catch up with you too, Shannon. I'm so glad you came in. I think Morgan just took the scenic route, just like Barry did on his way to Broomfield. I mean, maybe it is very beautiful. It's quite a drive. And it's one of those drives where you just don't see anybody else. It's really deserted. It's a true scenic drive. Trump made a demand. They have 48 hours. Ugh. I wish it was 10 here. It's 1 a.m. Lord, Sketty Nona. It's 1 o'clock in Florida. Girl, you need to get your beauty rest. It is early in the morning. Colorado gal here. Hey, Hawkeye. Good to see you. Colorado is so perfect right now. The, the temperature is amazing. Everything is blooming. It's beautiful right now. Truly beautiful. Marty Rose. Long ago, Children's Hospital in Denver created a program to have their staff help the local rural staff from pediatrics to nurses as kids get moved along by ambulance to aircraft. Interesting. Yeah, the training, right? Just bumping those sweet little angels around when they're so fragile. Even their skin is just so fragile. There are lots of new interesting people on the list. Have you been stalking? Have you been looking them up, Martin? Trying to get the 411 on them? 11 here in Colorado. Where are you in Colorado, Hawkeye? You must be up like in Marble or something. You're you're up over 10,000 feet, aren't you? Got milk? Got oxygen? Hey, Oklahoma like strawberry wine. 17, hot July moon. Yeah, it's a good song, Strawberry Wine. You picked a great name. Is that the wife or the daughter? Skitty, no, no. 94 in Elizabeth today. Wow. It's hot. But it's cool now. It's really cooled down a lot. It got hot around probably around 4 and 5. It was getting pretty toasty. I opened all the windows up. It got better, but tonight I won't be able to have the windows open. I'll be shivering. It'll be so cold. 5,000 feet in the high plains, and it's 11. Gosh, Grizzly Girl Games grub. Oh, I bet y'all if you're up there, I bet you were able to see the northern lights this year, weren't you? I bet you saw that they were beautiful, bright red. Sell the crazy bus. We don't use it. Break my heart to have to leave. It's gorgeous, Zelda. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful property. Gorgeous. Your grass. Yeah. Wow, Hawkeye. Martin Smallwood is the guy that recorded Barry with the GoPro on the witness list. I don't think so. Are you sure? Maybe he did. Martin, did you record Barry with the GoPro? I don't think Martin is close enough. I don't know. Maybe he's like a spy, 007, and he's got a satellite that he can GoPro. Oh, I think you're saying who is the guy that recorded Barry. You're asking the question, aren't you? Barry knows who it was. I'm so blessed. 12 blessings, 2 of which saw NICU, one for 2.5 months. Oh, bless your heart. I just can't imagine 4 months early. The second, heart and lungs shut down after a 9 and 9 APGAR when they were given their immunizations. Wow. Ugh. God. So sorry, Aurora. Yep. It's weird weather for sure. "19 grand blessings and 4 great grand blessings. Your cup runneth over, Aurora Knight. You have been blessed, no question. I'm really happy for you and your family. It's beautiful. The stars are, I think she was asking who was the guy or the person who recorded Barry on the GoPro. I think that's what they're asking. I just got here, so I'll have to go back and watch the live. But has the judge decided if they will allow cameras? The judge says no cameras. We had some of the hottest days in 100 years here in Australia. I saw that, Shannon. Yeah, y'all have really been struggling. Yep. Yep. Tyson Draper. Man, that is going to be something. Him having to get up on the witness stand. You know it? He's just a regular dude, right? He's just a school teacher. I mean, he's a little more than a school teacher, but he's just a regular dude, and he was just being a regular dude. And look what happened to him. It's unbelievable. I don't think so. I think it's El Nino. So glad to see waiting a long time on this man to be brought back into court. Yeah, it is. This was such an interesting story, though, Hawkeye. I honestly was blown away. I couldn't believe that they literally tried to cremate Suzanne. I couldn't believe it, especially after they had basically custody of. They could have taken possession of her body for a couple of years, and it's like they didn't even think about it or anything. But then the minute that Barry gets arrested, then he's like, "Oh wow, I think we really probably want to get on with this funeral." And my lovely wife Suzanne always wanted to be cremated. And what did he say to the girls when he said, "No, no, no, don't push this anymore. Don't try to fight it. Don't go through with the March 30th hearing." Why didn't you want them to have the hearing, Barry? Were you worried about what might come out during the hearing? And then it would be a matter of public record that could then be used as evidence in your trial? Is that what was going on? Inquiring minds want to know. Yep. It was YouTubers. JLR was one that ruined the live coverage on this case. Yeah, was he one of the ones that was showing the hearing? I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I'll tell you, with JLR's past of ransom letters, I'm not cited in those TMZ ransom letters real hard, but that's the, yeah. I don't believe that it's real. I don't think they were real. Who says don't call the cops when the cops have been on the property for 2 days? Oh, that would be fun. Amazingly true. That'd be fun. This looks really bad for Team Barry. Yeah, that's what I thought, Martin. When I read it, I just thought, man, stupid is as stupid does, right? Unbelievable. And you can't say, oh, well, it was the girls. They came up with this scheme and he didn't know anything about it. No, because he's the one that signed the cremation orders. No, this was one for all and all for one, I think. No, I don't think TMZ lied, Shannon. I think they have a lot to lose, and I don't think they would want to get caught in that kind of lie. But I think there were some scammers or maybe like some hoaxers that sent the letters in just because they're creepy, weird people in the world. Yeah, I totally agree, Grizzly. Totally agree. That's exactly right, Donna. Abandoned. Yep, abandoned. And it, like Martin said a while ago, Donna, why did Barry want her cremated when they'd already done the autopsy? Like, was there something maybe that they missed in the autopsy? Weird, right? Like, why would he be wanting to do that? It's very interesting. It looks bad for the girls. I absolutely agree with you, horsewoman. Yep. And now how are they gonna put the girls on the witness stand because they're gonna be asked about why they did it. They don't even have to put Barry up there. It's stupid is as stupid does, Barry. Of course, Arctic Cat, and I hope that you are doing well all the way from Willow, Alaska. Yeah, no, I don't think they were lying at all, Shannon. I think they did get these letters, and I don't think they knew who they came from, right? I think it was just like weird people needing 5 minutes you know, in the camera spotlight. Yeah, of course, horsewoman. I mean, that's part of closure and letting go, right? So the minute they tell you, we can release the remains to you, why didn't those girls take her and give her a funeral? Take her home to Indiana and give her a funeral. It's weird. Strange family dynamics. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Everybody needs to say it with me. Strange family dynamics. I mean, the one girl on the right looks like she's holding Barry up. Barry looks like he's going to just crumble any moment. And then the girl on the left is laughing all the way to the bank. Yeah, crazy story. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to get up early in the morning. So I've got to get some sleep. And thank y'all so much for hanging out with me and chatting. I really appreciate it. Please share this on your social media or any place where like you're chatting about the Suzanne Morphew situation. Please hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. And if you don't mind hitting the subscribe button, I would really appreciate that. Iris Eton advised them not to take the remains. Wow. You know what, Martin? Let's make that the conversation for another night. Okay. That is interesting. Why would she? What's strategic about that? Let me think. not to take the remains. What do you make of that? Hey, Roger. Trial is October 13th. Yep, it's supposed to last. They're thinking it'll last about 6 weeks. And I got to tell you, Roger, I do expect it's probably not going to start October 13th. My guess is probably January, February. Maya Millette, I want to know where that is going at this point. And that is a case that I didn't follow. And maybe it's because that was going on at the same time that everybody was looking for Suzanne. Yeah, Hawkeye, enjoy your grandbaby. Absolutely. Hey, Epic. Good to see you. All right, I got to go to sleep. I keep saying that over and over again. Yeah, no, that guy is scary, dude. She wanted law enforcement to keep them. It is strange. I'm going to have to give that some thought, Martin. I'm with you. That goes with our theme for this video, doesn't it? Strange family dynamics, because we know Isis Eton was part of the fam. You know what I mean? All right. I'm just being just a little humorous. That's all. Don't anybody get mad at me, okay? All right. You guys have a wonderful evening and day tomorrow, and I will probably see you. Will I see you tomorrow? Yes, I will be back tomorrow night, but I won't be here on Monday and Tuesday. But I will tomorrow, and then that'll probably be the last time for about 2 weeks. All right? So we're going to talk some more about why Isis Eton didn't want the remains. We're going to have to give that some thought. All right, everybody. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Spread the news about this story. It's a big deal.
Barry Morphew
Button, please.
had it all. A millionaire's golden crown. Big house in the Rockies. King of a small town. But darkness brewed in his heart. A secret cold as stone. Suzanne went missing. Her fate he would never own. In a shallow grave marked by one lone tree under Colorado stars, where no one would see, with a shovel and lies, he buried his sin. But the truth has a way of creeping back in. Oh, Barry, you ran to Cave Creek, Arizona, hiding in a biker bar, waiting for your secret bust. From riches to ruins, a trailer park thrown. Now you're locked in a cage, forever alone. He fled to Arizona to outrun the law. Or was it his own guilt, a secret wish to be caught? With villains before him, real desert outlaws hide. The ghost of Suzanne whispers to him all through the night. Suzanne would get her just as things would be made